What is up, YouTube? It's Ubu the Tech Guru coming straight at you. Today I have a special brand new series for you called Tech Tuesdays with Ubu. And basically it's just going to be videos relating to technology. So I might have a vlog with my face talking about some type of new technological device. I might have a video showing a technological device in my home. Or it's going to be a video showing some steps to do something in the technological field. So this very first video, I wanted to do it on jailbreaking a iOS device. And just so happens today, the Untethered jailbreak for iOS 6.0 and up was released by on Twitter. They go by at Evaders, and the E at the end of Evaders is a 3, and their jailbreak is called Evasion, and the O in the end is a 0. So check out. I'll link in the description my blog. I did a little write-up on the jailbreak and what devices it's all applicable for, and what firmwares it's all applicable for. But the first thing you're going to want to do before you perform a jailbreak on your iOS device is basically use your backup feature either through iCloud or backing it up straight to your computer through iTunes. So you're going to want to go ahead and do that. So I have some pictures here basically just showing the steps that I use to back up my device to iCloud first. You can basically see that first I went to the settings screen, clicked on settings, then scroll down until you get to iCloud, and then click on iCloud, then you scroll down to storage and backup, and then you scroll down to backup now. And you're just going to want to click that, and you see there it says it's backing up, and it's about 13 minutes remaining for mine. Now that's for backing up to iCloud. If you're backing up to your iTunes locally, the steps are a little bit different, but I'm sure there's guides out there, and I'm sure you're already aware of how to back up your device anyway. It's something definitely to keep in mind, to always make sure you do. You always want to have a backup of your contacts, and music and stuff like that isn't really as important, but I would say contacts and your calendar and all that, your notes, should always be backed up. So now, in order to jailbreak it, they've suggested that you upgrade your device to the latest firmware. So the first thing that I need to do, since my firmware is currently not the latest firmware, I'm still running, I believe, firmware 6.01. So I'm going to want to upgrade the firmware to version 6.1. That is the latest firmware that's released. So you're going to open up iTunes, as you can see I have on the screen here, and then you're going to want to plug in your iDevice. Mine is the iPhone 4S. Now it should pop up, as you can see it popped up here, and it should realize that it needs, so another important thing that they wanted to make note about when you upgrade the firmware on your phone is not to do it over the air. Do not use your phone and go into settings and go into update and do it over the air, over Wi-Fi. They're suggesting not to do that. So that's something to definitely keep note of. You're going to want to only do the update through iTunes, as I'm doing here. So this pops up right when I plugged in my iPhone, and I basically just click download and update. So as you guys saw, there was a little message that popped up that said prior to updating, there were some apps that hadn't been transferred to the computer yet. And I guess I hadn't realized that. So the way that you transfer your apps to the computer is you just plug in your phone, then you go to File, devices, and right there it says, it's kind of grayed out because it's doing it right now, but it's transfer purchases from, and then it'll list your device. So that's basically what you want to do before you continue with the iOS update. Okay, so now after your apps have all transferred from your iOS device to this computer, you just go into, you click on your iPhone, or you click on the little device within iTunes, what you want to update. Then it should pop up a window like the following, and you go into Summary, and you basically just click Update. So it's going to update the phone to version 6.1. So you just hit Next through all these. Agree. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo if you want to read all that from Apple. Now it says 14 minutes remaining, so obviously I'm not going to make you sit and watch here for 14 minutes as this updates, so I will be back. Okay, so some things I just wanted to note. While it is updating, your iPhone will shut off, and iTunes, as you can see, it says here, waiting for iPhone. And if you look on your iPhone screen, you'll see the Apple logo, and there's a little meter bar showing the progress of installing the update. And that's all normal, so don't fret. Just wait for it to finish updating. It does take a while. Like I said, don't fret. You can see now that it says updating iPhone software, and the gauge, the little meter on the iPhone is actually showing progress finally. So don't get too worried, as it seems like it does take a little bit to get the update on the phone. So then you end up seeing a message that says your iPhone has been updated and is restarting. Boom. Tough actin' You're back into your device, and it's now running iOS 6.1. So that's basically the first step to get it to the latest firmware so that we can now jailbreak it with the latest Untethered jailbreak from Evaders. Okay, now to perform the rest, or to perform the actual jailbreak itself, I am going to be using Xubuntu 12.04. Now, the update to the firmware was done in iTunes on Windows XP, because the developers of the jailbreak suggested if you're going to upgrade to the latest 6.1 firmware, you should not use over-the-air update. You should connect it to iTunes, and obviously iTunes is not available for Linux, so I had to perform the iOS 6.1 firmware update over in Windows XP, but I wanted to perform the jailbreak for the phone on Xubuntu 12.04 because this, I believe, is the first jailbreak released available for the Linux operating system. So as you can see here, there's a shameless plug to my blog. If you've never checked it out, it's ubuntuaddicted.blogspot.com. I did a little write-up on the Untethered jailbreak, which is what we'll be using today. So what we'll do is we'll click on the link that I have in my post that leads us to the Evasion website. Now, this is the Evasion website. It's www.evasion.com. And obviously, we are going to be jailbreaking a Linux. We're jailbreaking the iPhone 4S, and we're going to be using the Linux operating system, so I click Linux. If you're using Mac OS X, you click there. If you're using Windows, you click there. So I click on the Linux, and I click here to download the attachment. I tell it where to save it. I'll just save it to my desktop. Hit save. And obviously I already downloaded it once, so I'm just I'll hit replace just to show that I downloaded it. And now If you're using Google Chrome, which is what I'm using, it'll show up here in this lower bar, your downloads bar, and you just click on it, and it should open it in the archive manager within Xubuntu 12.04. So then you just want to extract that folder, and I will just choose to extract it to my desktop. Now again, it might ask me if I want to replace it because I've already extracted it once. Okay, it didn't. So I just close this, minimize Google Chrome. We'll look at the desktop, and here is the extracted folder. So I will open up that folder, and you'll notice here that we have our folder of what was all in the archive that we downloaded from the evasion.com website. So first thing that you're going to want to do is take a look at the README. I'll double click it and open it and just show you what it says inside of it. It's basically giving you some pointers to make note of during the jailbreak. It's a untethered jailbreak for iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, iPad Mini models running iOS 6.0 through 6.1. These are the system requirements of what it all can be run on, the operating systems, and lists the supported firmwares. I have a list of all the devices that it works on, which is pretty much every single iOS device except for the 3rd gen Apple TV. So the first step they suggest is backing up your device, which that's one thing that we already did. Then the next thing they ask you to do is, those of you that use backup passwords in iTunes, you should disable them. After doing so, iTunes makes a brand new backup. Please wait for that backup to complete before proceeding, and then feel free to re-enable your backward password after jailbreaking. Please disable the lock password of your iOS device before using Evasion, because it can cause issues. And basically you just launch Evasion, plug in your device, and click jailbreak, and sit back and observe its progress. Watch for any steps you may be asked to perform, and then it says, avoid all iOS, iTunes related tasks until Evasion is complete. Why not just enjoy a brief break from your computer to stretch your legs? And then he does note that if the process gets stuck somewhere, it's safe to restart the program, reboot the device, if necessary by holding down the power and the home button until it shuts down, and then rerun the process. And then at the bottom of the README, there's some frequently asked questions and some websites to go to if you have questions. So, I am running a 64-bit kernel, so I'm going to click the x86_64, and here we go. So here's the nice little GUI window. So basically it's just telling me to connect my iPhone or my iDevice. So I'm going to do that right now. Excuse me. Okay, so it sees that it's an iPhone 4S. iOS 6.1 is supported. Click jailbreak to begin. Boom. Now I'm not sure how long this will take, so I obviously won't make you guys wait and watch this whole thing. So my iPhone has actually shut off, and it's showing the Apple logo. Just wanted to make note of that. Now it is at the screen, the login screen, or the lock screen I should say. It says it's injecting stage 2 jailbreak data, steps 2 of 3. It does say do not touch your device, so don't think about it. Don't you dare touch your device. Now it says it's uploading Cydia. For those of you that aren't familiar, Cydia is like a repository or a location. It's similar to the Apple Store, the Apple iTunes Store, where you can buy apps and download free apps and stuff. Well, Cydia is where developers can create apps and upload there for people to, like myself, who jailbreak their phone and want extra software that doesn't get allowed to be put in. Please unlock your device and tap the new jailbreak icon. Only tap it once. The screen will go black and then return to the home screen. Okay, I see the jailbreak icon on my iPhone. I'm going to push it once. Okay, alright. Now it says remounting, injecting remount payload, preparing final jailbreak data, injecting final jailbreak data. Jailbreak complete. The device may restart a few times as it completes the process. So I'm just going to leave this up here, and I just looked, my iPhone did restart. It's showing the little circle with lines, progress kind of bar, or progress circle thing. So now it rebooted, and it's showing the Apple logo. It looks like it just rebooted itself again, back at the Apple logo. Now a white screen came up with a little logo, and it says some stuff at the bottom: cleaning up, done, continuing boot, and it appears I'm back to the unlock screen. I have a SIM lock on my SIM card, so the jailbreak did still work. I just wanted to make note of that to anybody else that runs a SIM lock on their SIM card. So I did remove the passcode lock like it suggested in the instructions, but I did not remove the SIM lock, and the jailbreak still worked. I now have a Cydia icon on my iPhone, which I will show the picture. So there's the picture right now showing the Cydia icon, and I will click it, and it says right away, preparing file system. Cydia will exit when complete. So at this point, you can pretty much cancel or exit out of the Evasion application on your desktop. And finally, the phone reboots, and you click on the Cydia application. The first screen that you'll see is the picture I have on the screen now. It's basically asking what type of person you are and what you're going to be doing with Cydia. Now, if you're just a normal user, you can click on the user one on the left. But if you're a hacker or do a little bit more of advanced type stuff, you're going to want to click the middle option, hacker. And then if you're a developer, you're going to want to pick the far right option. When you're done picking your selection, just hit done. And then it will bring you a loading screen into Cydia, and there you go. Now you've just successfully jailbroken your iOS device. Cydia is a repository of applications that developers write that don't want to waste their time going through the Apple, store to get their stuff approved. There is free apps within Cydia as well as paid apps. Some of the apps that, well, you know what? That's going to have to be another video. That'll be another Tech Tuesday episode. Which apps that I usually install on a jailbroken iPhone right off the bat. So thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this brand new series of Tech Tuesdays with Ubu, and hit that subscribe button, which should appear now, and give me a rating. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below what you thought. Was it helpful? And are you going to be looking forward to further Tech Tuesdays with Ubu? And that's about it, guys. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for sticking around. Ubu out.